Okay, today we're going to be taking a look at North Salinas in Monterey County. It's one of the most active markets in the county as far as number of units being sold. So we're going to take a look at that this morning. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I put together some numbers for us that I think are interesting and tell a story. So as always, we are going to look at median prices. How are we doing in the last reported month, which is August, and then how are we doing in the last 30 days, which is September. So 93906 reported numbers in August was 647,000 was the median, and that was again 12% higher than 2021. We all know that. Numbers obviously were different a year ago, and we are still higher than we were a year ago just because of the run-up that happened earlier in the first half of the year, which until interest rates came into play, right? So take a look at the three-bedroom average this current August 2022 was 646,000. That same three-bedroom a year ago would have cost you $576,000. So that is up 12%. Now we're still going to call this a seller's market in North Salinas, and the reason for that is that our inventory. Take a look at what we've got here. We've got 70 that were for sale in August, 16 sold, so that divided into 70 is about 4 months of inventory. So we're still in a seller's market, so that's why we're calling this a seller's market. Our average days on market as of August was about 17 days on market. We'll take a look at the current days on market in the last 30 days, which includes most of September. We're not done with September yet. We've got a couple days to go. I'm sure there's a lot of people scrambling to get their escrows closed, but we can look at August numbers and September just to get a trend of where we're at. And take a look at what sold. So we had 17 average days on market, 16 homes sold. Of those 16 homes, 13 of them were under 30 days. Only 3 were 30 to 90 days. Now this is telling because what this is telling us is that homes that are priced correctly are selling within 30 days. So, and an average of 17 days on the market, so about 2 weeks, we'll sell a home. How many sold that were over 90 days on the market? 0. The reason for this, we'll get into in a moment. But the last 7 days, kind of will tell us a little bit more of a story. And, just before we get into that, I do want to remind everybody, if you could go over to my YouTube channel, look up Eisrael Gomez, the way my name's spelled, and be sure to like and subscribe and hit that little notification button. That'll tell you when I have new videos up on new areas if you're interested. Or you can message me there as well. Message me here on whatever platform you're watching this on, and we can get your questions answered that way as well. Anyway, let's get to what's going on in the last week in the 93906 North Salinas zip code. We've had 2 new listings, 2 have reduced their price, and 6 have gone pending in the last 7 days. That means, and on top of that, we've had 3 that have actually closed or sold in the last 7 days. This is actually really good because it's showing some brisk activity. If we have 3 sold each week for let's say the last 4 weeks, we'll get into that in a minute, you're still going to be at about the 15 homes sold, right? So right about 12 to 15 depending on how many are selling each week. Now currently, if you were to look at homes on the market today in 93906, there are 25 of them, and they have had an average of 41 days on the market, those 25. And as I looked at the 25 that were listed, 9 of them had reduced prices. So that's about 36% of the market has reduced their price. What's the impact if I'm a buyer or a seller? Well, if I'm a buyer, obviously, I want to look at anything that's 60 to 90 days because maybe they'll be more negotiable. But here's something that was really interesting. If we look at the last 4 weeks of activity, our average price was $587,000. So the lower price points are what's selling. This is probably very indicative or a result of the higher interest rates, right? Buyers are looking in lower price points and those are selling quicker. And that's what we've seen sell in the last 30 days. So this is the last 4 weeks of activity of what's gone on. 20 have sold. So we've actually had more sales than even in August. So we've had 20 sell in the last 4 weeks. The average days has crept up just a little bit to 19 days. And check out this. This is a very similar trend to August. In September, we had 15 of them sell that were under 30 days, 5 sold that were 30 to 90 days. 0 over 90 days have sold. So what this is saying is if your home's been on the market over 90 days and you haven't adjusted your price, guess where the buyers are going? They're going to the lower priced homes, and those are the ones that are selling in 30 days or 30 to 90 days, mostly under 30 days. So if they're priced right, it's going to sell. So I think that tells a lot for us. If you just look at this of the last 4 weeks, that helps you as a seller or a buyer determine where you should be on pricing. So pricing wise, again, just like I've mentioned in my previous videos in the last couple of days, you want to price really close to market, the last close, or just below it. Otherwise, you will be sitting on the market. And you know, the numbers are really telling us what to do, aren't they? The market is telling you what to do. If you're a buyer, this is an opportunity to look at those that are maybe over 30 to 90 days, in that range. Anything over 90 days, that's probably somebody that's not really going to adjust their price. You can check, but they've probably been sitting a little too long, and they might just be holding off, or at 90 days they may cancel or come back to become a rental again, or the seller may just stay put. So we're seeing a lot of that too. So anyway, that's my quick rundown on 93906 North Salinas. If you agree, disagree, please let me know. Put it in the comments. Feel free to message me on any other areas you'd like to see. Maybe it's a specific neighborhood, maybe there's some other information. We'll also be doing some other podcasts regarding the market trends that are happening with interest rates. We'll maybe try to get a couple other lenders on here as well, and maybe even some escrow officers that can help us with what's going on with escrows these days, and what's good to know and not to know in terms of selecting an escrow company. So hopefully that was all helpful to you all. Thanks again for joining us. Take care. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care.